Are you ready? I said, are you ready? You are listening to Voice of the Fans Sportscast, brought to you by none other than the voices of the fans. Discussing football, basketball, news, trending topics. The one-stop shop for all things sports. Voice of the Fans Sportscast. Hosted by none other than Ben Swift Reynolds, Taylor Gatwood, and Tyler Wright. Voice of the Fans Sportscast. Voice of the Fans Sportscast. Voice of the Fans Sportscast.
Happy Friday, everyone. Man, it feels good to be back on a VOL Sportscast. I'm your host, Ben Reynolds. We have Taylor Gatwood in the house. What's up, man?
What's going on, bro?
Feeling good. Just got off work. Just ready to enjoy my weekend. That's been the only thing on my mind. I started a new job this week. So, I got this week out of the way. And, man, I'm just ready to relax.
Yeah, I feel that. You get through everything during the week so you can watch some football on the weekend.
Yeah, man. Got the feet kicked up in the recliner. Just enjoying some football. My Saints are on a bye week. So, I'm going to be just flipping through games, I guess.
You can just enjoy your time this weekend. You don't have to be stressed out.
You got that right, because Saints will stress you out. So, I know the Eagles fans are stressed out with that product on the field. I don't know what's wrong with them guys. But the Eagles, they lose to the Bucks 28-22. The game shouldn't have been this close because, let's be honest, the Bucks, they started playing around. They took the foot off the gas because in the first half, man, they marching up and down the field on them guys.
Yeah, the Eagles couldn't stop a nosebleed first half for sure. Their defense needs some help. I don't know, all around they need some help. They got to turn the page and try something new because it don't look good. It's not pretty football.
Yeah, the offensive play calling look like it's high school play calling. Like, it's so generic, so vanilla. So it just is pretty predictable. And when you don't use Miles Sanders, I'm still mad about that, Gatwood. They don't use freaking Miles Sanders. Hurts take away too many carries. And not even too many carries because they don't give Miles Sanders the ball.
When you were talking about that last week, I didn't really understand until I watched the game this week. And I was like, yeah, they got to get him involved a lot more than they do because he's solid.
He is. And let's be honest, Miles Sanders never had a just great offensive line to run behind. But I feel like if he ran behind New England all O-line or, behind the Rams or behind, even Tampa O-line, he would be a pretty good back. But the Eagles refuse to get him carries and get him in the passing game because he's a in-between back and he can catch the football. And you can get him out of space, he can make big plays.
Yeah, he's shifty. He's not. He was making some. He didn't get many touches last night, but when he did, he was getting first downs. He was making people miss. I was like, I don't understand why they aren't getting him the ball more. That don't make any sense.
To me, I feel like Joe Mixon's better, but he has the same skill sets to me as Joe Mixon.
Yeah, that's a good comparison.
And that's what I don't understand. He's literally not. I don't know. Maybe he is your best weapon because Devontae Smith, I feel like him and Rager, I don't know they the same player, but I feel like they run the same dang on route tree.
It might not even be them, man. It might just be the play call. And I don't really know what the problem is. I'm not going to blame it on Devontae. He's only played 6 games in the NFL. I think he's going to be good, but they got to figure out how to get him the ball more too.
Yeah, I want to blame him, but I feel like they already had the play. Not the Devontae Smith is more talented than Rager, but Rager is their deep threat. And I feel like Devontae Smith is the deep threat too. Why you have two deep threats on your team? I feel like Smith can't run the route tree, but I feel like he just a burner. But like you said, he's a rookie. He has time to develop. But they could have done something else in the draft. The defense is horrendous. They've been horrendous for the past, I don't know how many years, 3 or 4 years, I guess. So they haven't had secondary. Fletcher Cox is like the only bright spot on that D line. It's a sham. It's the whole team being in shambles for I don't know how long.
I feel like I think Jalen Hurts is a solid quarterback. I think they're setting him up for failure. The play calling is.
It's high school play calling.
Yeah, he has to escape the pocket a lot. They don't give him many quick passes to get rid of the ball and get in rhythm. He's usually having to scramble out of the pocket.
Did you? I don't recall, but did they use Devontae Smith on any wide receiver screens or trying to get him in open space?
I can't think of any off the top of my head, and I watched most of the game. They just weren't. I don't know, man. I don't know about their offense. It just don't look right.
Yeah, cause I'm looking at Jalen Hurts stats. He was 12 from 26 for 115 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. QBR 55. Whew.
Yeah, he had a rough game last night.
And I think Quez Watkins. I think he went to Southern Miss. I think.
Yeah, he did. Yep, he did.
So we got another Southern Miss receiver on the NFL team. We got Mike Thomas in Cincinnati and Quez Watkins with the Eagles.
He's fast. He's really fast.
Yeah, I don't even remember him playing at Southern. Like I went to some Southern games, but I don't remember him just standing out like that.
Yeah, I think they drafted him in like the 6th round, I believe.
Dang, that's good. Especially for coming from a school like that too, though.
Yeah, you get drafted out of Southern Miss, that means you stood out.
Yeah, you got that right.
I think it was really his combine. I think he ran like a 4.3.
Jeez.
But that's another reason.
Dang, oh man. I think anybody that runs a 4.3, NFL team is gonna take a close look, especially if you produce in college. They're gonna take a little closer look at you.
Yeah, they don't give you a shot. You might at least make a practice squad or something.
Do you think Antonio Brown's like the number 1 receiver for the Bucs now?
It really depends, like, because they do, like, different games, they'll target Evans more, different games will target Godwin more. In some games, Antonio won't even show up. Like, he'll get a catch or two.
Mm-hmm.
Like, but last night he definitely was. I mean, he got 9 catches, and he was looking like the number 1 last night.
Yeah, you think they schemed the game plan towards him since he was going against literally the Eagles' 3rd cornerback, which is, even the 1st quarterback for the Eagles not even that good.
Yeah, I mean, it looked like they were definitely scheming for him because they were throwing the Bucks were throwing screens to AB last night. They were getting him the ball in space a lot. So yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. He's not prime AB, but he definitely looking like
he's still really good.
Yeah, he's like really good. He'll definitely be like a number 2 receiver on a lot of teams, which says a lot for the Bucs offense to be that potent. It's crazy they ain't have Gronk. And
O.J. Howard got him a touchdown.
Yeah, O.J. Howard. Yeah, he actually had 6 catches for 49 yards and 1 TD. So look at him.
Yeah.
He came all the way back from being on the trading block or being cut to scoring a touchdown. Look at him.
He's got a lot of potential.
That's why I hope he would get cut so the Saints can pick him up.
Yeah, he can go somewhere else. He could be a number 1 tight end in a lot of places.
Mm-hmm. And Jameis loved O.J. Howard, man.
Uh-huh.
So that would have been a pretty good dang on reunion if we got O.J. Howard. Or even Cameron Brate. I'd say Cameron Brate.
Yeah, Cameron Brate's good too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They got some tight ends now.
Mm-hmm.
So like I said, the Bucs beat the Eagles 28-22. So we're gonna move on to the game picks. Dolphins versus Jags. What a game! What a game! The Jags they've been trying offensively, so they got that going for them. That I believe the Jags offense is better than the Dolphins offense.
Yeah.
And just the whole game plan for the Jags been solid actually. You know, they've been in games, but you know they just haven't been able to pull them off. And you know, coming against it's Tua. I heard Tua might be back.
Yeah, I think he's playing this week.
All right, if he's playing this week, I'm taking the Jags.
Hey, I'm already taking the Jags, man. I think the Jags are at home. I think they're gonna have a good game. I think they're gonna get their first win this week.
I think so too. The Dolphins, their defense took 10 step backs. Like they not nowhere near where they were last year. And like I said, Jacksonville, they've been putting up some points now. They've been scoring, and I feel like they can come out and actually stop the Dolphins' offense. Cause I think it was like 2 weeks ago. Myles Gaskin only had like 3 carries. Then this pass game versus the Dolphins, he actually had a pretty good game. So I feel like the Dolphins' offense, they don't even know what they want to do. No, my bad. It was this week. Gaskin had 5 carries for 25 yards.
Yeah, I don't know why they wouldn't keep feeding them. Getting 5 yards to carry.
Man, your guess is good as mine. Half the teams, I just scratch my head on what they doing. So with that being said, I just don't like the Dolphins' game planning on offense. I don't even think they know their identity on offense. So I'm taking the Jags. Tyler's taking the Dolphins.
I feel like the Jags are gonna get their first win this week.
I do too. That's why Tyler has a losing record, guys. You know, he trying to outsmart everybody. He's taking the Dolphins. I bet he ain't know Tua coming back.
Yeah, I mean, I was taking them. I was gonna take the Jags even if they had Brissett, but now with Tua, I think it's even worse. Honestly,
because he gonna be. I believe he gonna have the injury on his mind. Like, don't let me get hit. Don't let me get hit. Like, as soon as he see a little pressure, I feel like he gonna short arm it or something like that.
Yeah, he might. He gonna be trying to get rid of the ball quick.
Like 3-second drop backs. He's like, Coach, man, don't let me drop 5. Don't let me have a 5-step drop back. Nah, keep it on 3. Keep it at 3. I want it out of my hand as soon as possible.
Yeah.
All right. So the next game is Packers versus Bears. The Packers, their offense is finally rolling. Man, I still can't get over that Adams had 200-some yards receiving. That's freaking insane.
They don't have a number. They don't really have a true number 2, man. You got to double team him. And
you would think you would want Alex Lazard beating you, or MVS, instead of Adams. 200-some yards. Man, if I was owner, I'd ask the defense coordinator for some of his money back. And I was like, hey, bro, I got to take some of that out your check. Because that's ridiculous. You didn't game plan or rotate your coverage over to the Adams. Like, that's unacceptable.
You got a game plan against him.
And granted,
sure.
Even I'm pretty sure the Bears gonna come out. They saw what he did versus the Bengals, so I'm pretty sure the Bears gonna already have. They know the Packers anyway, so they gonna have rollover coverage on Adams. The Bears' offense is still, I don't know, man. Matt Nagy sucks. I'm just say that.
Yeah, he's not the best, and Fields still ain't comfortable yet.
And that's what I'm worried about. Even though there was a good win versus the Raiders, but the Raiders, they lost because I feel like they was distracted.
Yeah,
and they weren't playing like they were playing. So I think Fields he might have a good day versus Green Bay defense. It's not all it was cracked up to be, but I just feel like the Packers just got too much firepower. Some people might see this as a upset game, like upset game of the week because what Justin Fields brings to the table and how they beat the Raiders. They might feel like the Bears might actually have a game plan versus their division rivals, but I'm not seeing that. Like I said, I think Green Bay, they're just too good to lose to the Bears.
Yeah, I'm taking Green Bay too. I think Rodgers ain't gonna lose this game. I don't see him losing to a subpar team like that. I don't see the Packers losing to an inexperienced quarterback either. No, I'm not saying that Justin Fields won't be good.
Yeah,
but he's not ready to beat a team like that yet.
They don't want him to throw. They're gonna throw different coverage at him. Different looks on defense to try to freeze him. So that's why I think the Packers gonna probably put a point. Well, they are gonna put up points versus the Bears, and I think the Bears offense is not gonna be able to keep up. So I'm taking the Packers. Tyler taking the Packers.
Yep.
All right, next game, Bengals versus Lions. Jared Goff, man, I gave you 4 chances, dude. You couldn't pull it off versus Minnesota, which is okay. I won't blame you for that, but dude, come on. I gave you 4 chances and you couldn't get it done. So there's no more chances for you. And see, I give them this. I keep saying this team right here have resilience. They will fight you to the very end. And if you're not careful, they could pull one over on you if you're not competing just as hard.
They might have their answer at coach. It seems like their coach really. It seems like they really like that coach, and it seems like he's doing a good job. They're just not pulling it out at the end. Like they just don't have enough firepower to pull it out.
Yeah, cause so many games they've been losing like pretty close games, man.
Yeah, they're not losing by much.
They not.
They lost to the Ravens on a 66-yard field goal.
They lost to Minnesota. Same thing.
Yeah, barely. And they barely lost to the Packers.
They ran out of gas in the second half. They ran out of firepower. But I feel like they have to get another quarterback.
Yeah, I mean there's a lot of things.
Yeah, how long you think the Lions gonna ride with Jared Goff?
I don't know because it's gonna be hard to get rid of that contract.
They should. Why was that even thrown into consideration when they made it when they traded Stafford? Why did they have to trade for Goff? I wouldn't ask for Goff. I was just like, give me some picks and a player, and I'll draft a quarterback next year.
They probably had to do that to make the cap figures work. Cause they're probably making around the same money, and like they were like, if you want to make this, yeah, that's why they got a couple first-round picks to take on that contract.
Dang, that sucks, man.
But I mean, if I'm a Lions fan, like I'm not. I mean, I know they're 0-5, but I mean they might be decent in the future.
In the future, I'll just take a quarterback next year. I don't care how much Goff is getting paid. I have to draft. You want to get a quarterback where you can put the franchise behind, make him the face of the franchise. I feel like Goff is not the face of Detroit.
I agree with that, but I think I would build my team. I'd keep Goff for a couple more years, and then build my team up, and then get the stud quarterback. Because you know how how we talk about that, like the Jets and all them, they'll draft a quarterback early, but they don't have the pieces around them, so he can't really grow. I think they should build a squad and ride with Jared Goff for a couple more years, and then get an elite quarterback. That's what I think. Because this quarterback class isn't even that good.
Yeah, that's what I've been hearing. If you Detroit, we take an old lineman or receiver.
They took an O-lineman last year in the first round. I feel like you can find receivers on the market though. I just feel like taking a receiver in the first round at this point. Yeah, I'd go defense or another O lineman first round.
Yeah, because if you get your offense, if you beef up that O line, then DeAndre Swift gonna be even 10 times better, and you'll be able to stay in games. Like you said, you can bring in free agent wide receivers if you have someone in mind.
Rams. I mean, and then they got the Rams first round pick.
Mhm.
So they're gonna have a couple first round picks.
And they have a good chance to build right. And Dan Campbell, he comes from the Saints organization, so he knows how to build within. And the Saints do a good job of building the O line and the D line first, and then taking care of the other positions. Teams they put more priority in big time players like receivers or corners or a running back, but the Saints they tend to take the less sexy pick, but that pick turned out to make the team better. Like when we took Ramczyk, then we took Reeves, and we took what was the other guy? Pete. Yeah, all them guys we drafted on that O line. It was about one or two. We drafted Teron Marstead. Like the whole guys on O line is like the people we drafted. So Saints do a pretty good job, and Dan Campbell comes from the Saints organization, so I know he's gonna do a good job building within.
Yeah, so hopefully, maybe Lions fans can have something to look forward to one day.
First time in a long time since Stafford and Calvin Johnson connection.
Yep.
But with that being said, the Bengals gonna beat y'all line. Sorry. Joe Burrow and Chase connection is deadly.
Yeah, but I got the Bengals too. But hey, go ahead and go over 17. Get that number 1 pick.
Hey, nothing wrong with that. You got something to look forward to on draft night. But I just want to touch on Joe Burrow for a minute. Dude has showed some stuff, especially in him and Chase, man. They bring that LSU connection to the NFL. And Joe, man, he just taking the next step, man. He's spreading the ball around, getting the ball to T. Higgins. And when you mentioned Boyd and Mike Thomas, man, the Bengals offense is rolling. They just need to build their defense. That's all.
Yeah, they're definitely on the right track. I think maybe next year or the next, I could see them making the playoffs. I mean, they might could sneak in this year, but I don't know. I don't know if they're going to sneak in this year. But, yeah, Joe Burrow has been really good, especially coming off injury.
Mm-hmm. And they putting up points, but they just can't stop anybody. They lost to the Packers by a late field goal. So that's something to hang a hat on. The Bengals, they got a lot of young talent. They just need.
And they should have won, because remember they missed that field goal before overtime, and it was like a 40-something yard. They could have won easily.
But they right there. They just need they need to figure out how to win close games. And once they figure that, then they in there. But Tyler is taking the Bengals, and so am I. You taking the Bengals?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Texans versus Colts. Colts. I'm taking the Colts. And Tyler taking the Colts.
I'm taking the Colts.
The thing about the Colts, though, their offense, man, it's just I don't get what they going for here. Like, are they trying to establish the running game? Are they trying to establish the passing game? I don't know. Like, their play call get confusing sometimes. Cause you think they on to something, then they just fizzle out.
Man, I'd be feeding Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah, I don't even know how many times Jonathan Taylor carried the ball versus the Ravens. They're just playing ridiculous how they lost to the Ravens. It shouldn't even been like that.
I think Jonathan Taylor, especially when you have a big lead like that, you got to feed that man. Run the clock out.
Like, I understand you have Hines and Matt, but when Jonathan Taylor don't get 15 carries, no. He should be 20 plus. 20 plus. And that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying. Like, are they
potential.
trying to run the ball, or are they trying to throw it? Like, which one y'all trying to do? Where y'all trying to establish yourself as a ground and pound team, or through the air? But clearly y'all can't do through the air. So if I was y'all, I'll be focused on my running game.
Yeah, I mean, I think
400 some yards.
If they use Jonathan Taylor right, I feel like he could be a top 5 running back if they use him right.
Yes, I feel like they should run the ball more.
Especially, I mean, because that would help Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz has always been a solid play action quarterback, and that you get the run game going, and he's mobile. He'll do a little play action, get out of the pocket a little bit. I feel like that would make them more comfortable. They need to make Carson Wentz more comfortable.
And they just don't know how to do that. When they went up, when the score was 15-6, I felt like they could control the clock by running the ball. But went through for 400 some yards. Guess who was the leading receiver? Well, he wasn't a leading receiver, but Taylor had 3 catches for 116 yards, and Pittman had 6 catches for 89 yards. And Paris Campbell had 4 catches for 56 yards. I feel like they should just ground and pound. So I feel like when they ground and pound, they get the passing game going. But I feel like they should have just shoved the running game down the Ravens' throats when they was up 10-3 going in the second half, and it was 12. It was what score was that? It was 22-6.
Yeah,
it was 22-9, and they could have controlled the clock a little bit better.
Yeah, I don't know, man. They blew that game. You got to win that game. I mean, that's a big difference between 1-4 and 2-3.
Big time, especially in that division.
Yeah,
when the Titans don't even seem like the big. Oh, like I said, even though the Titans don't seem like a juggernaut.
No, they're not even that good. Exactly. Their defense is horrible.
That's just plain dumb how they lost that game. I did say I never pick a root for the Colts again, but I'm picking them this time because it's freaking Texans.
Yeah, they're playing the Texans. If they don't beat the Texans, their season's over for sure.
It's time to find a new quarterback. Wentz, man, he's not, like I said, they're in the middle pack team. What can I say? I don't know why I expect more for them. When I thought they got Wentz, I was like, oh, snap, this is a Super Bowl considered team. But now I'm just like, y'all just in the middle pack. Your defense, what happened to the defense?
I don't know. Cause I mean, is Darius Leonard not balling out, or who else they got?
I just know Leonard. From all I know.
I know. I swear. I don't know.
They got Xavier. I forgot about. They got Xavier Rhodes. They got Butner.
Oh yeah, they got the fourth Butner.
Mhm.
They got some pieces. I don't know about their secondary though.
Yeah. Well, the secondary was pretty good last year. That was average. But it seems like they can't cover anymore. They can't stop. They let Lamar throw for 400 yards. Y'all was...
Andrew Luck leaving absolutely destroyed that franchise.
I wouldn't say destroyed because they made the playoffs last year.
I know, but it just kind of messed up their future plans though.
Yeah, because they had a quarterback in mind. They could have built around that. They could have added more pieces, and they were right there on the cusp.
All
right, so Tyler taking the Colts. I'm taking Colts. You taking Colts. Next game is Rams versus Giants. Man, this is another game we really don't even need to break down. I'm taking the Rams. Tyler taking the Rams.
Yep, the Rams are gonna blow them out.
They missing Saquon, Daniel Jones. Pretty sure he's gonna be out. So he had concussion last week. Kenny Galladay, I believe he's dealing with a groin, or it was a hamstring or groin. You dropped him. You dropped him.
Yeah, I mean, I have too many receivers on that team, man. I didn't need him. I didn't want to, but I had to pick up a tight end for this week because Pitts is he's on bye.
Trust me, God, they gonna be right there where you left them.
Yeah, I don't trust the Giants offense, man.
Oh, he's out with a knee, and so Booker taking over the running back duties for Barkley. The Rams defense. And thinking about this, the Giants going in playing against the Rams with Mike Glennon. like, suit up, Mike. Hey, to me, if I was playing for the Giants, I was like, yo, I'm hurt too. I'm gonna see how I do.
I thought they said that Daniel Jones got cleared.
He got cleared?
Yeah, I think he did.
Let me check. I didn't see nothing on there about him getting cleared. If that's the case, they still gonna lose, but not as much.
Yeah.
I thought concussion protocol was 2 weeks.
No, it was only one. It says Daniel Jones' concussion was cleared by a neurologist and will play against the Rams.
Man, that junk wasn't cleared. That dude was staggering.
He's playing. Man, I would not be fighting. I wouldn't be fighting for my life for the New York Giants, man.
I ain't trying to end up in a coma.
For the New York Giants.
Hey, dude, man, no way a dude clear in 6 days. There's no way.
Bruh, so you're telling me you're gonna take the chance of you're about to go against Aaron Donald. You're gonna take that chance?
And Aaron Donald is known for taking out quarterbacks.
Yeah. Good luck.
Like, you really have that much faith in your O-line to go against that man? Heck no.
No.
Yeah, you bold, bro. Cause I know for sure you didn't clear that protocol. They cleared you just to clear you. What does it hurt for him to sit out this week?
Yeah, they're gonna lose anyway.
Exactly. Like, what's the point? You 1-4. Just sit out another week. You don't need to play this week, dude. You know, Goddard is. I'm pretty sure he's out. Cause he dealing with a knee, and Barkley's ruled out. So what's the point? Sit Daniel Jones and wait till your team get back healthy, probably next week.
Yep.
But hey, it's whatever. The Rams gonna do what they do, and hopefully they won't run another dumb bootleg with Daniel Jones and get him concussed again. Horrible play calling. Can't believe the Saints lost to the freaking Giants. Out of all teams. Alright. These games are brutal this week, man. Chiefs versus Washington. Chiefs, they can finally get back on track if they take care of business versus Washington. It's in Washington now. But how Washington play, I watched Washington game versus the Saints. Heineke magic kind of have worn off. His mechanics is off, man. He's not feeling it like he was last year.
Yeah.
And he's throwing bad passes. But granted, he is going against one of the worst secondaries I have ever seen.
The Chiefs?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they got this. They thought they could get away with it. They thought, you know how the Seahawks always did that with Russell Wilson? They were like, look, we're gonna screw you. We're gonna give you the worst line in the league. Well, Chiefs are like, we can score so many points. We don't even need a secondary. Now look at them.
Yeah, we can put up 60 points a game. Who needs secondary? Who need a defense? Y'all don't even gotta play defense. We gonna win a game anyways. But it's biting them.
2-3. Now they're 2-3.
Why doesn't Mahomes get more hate for his gameplay than somebody like Winston or even Aaron? When Aaron had a bad game, people jump on him. But when Patrick Mahomes throws dumb passes or do stupid stuff, they don't say anything to him. And he been doing a lot of stupid things lately.
Yeah, I agree with that. Cause like, man, Aaron Rodgers, man, he has one bad game. And that's all you hear about on Sports Center.
Yeah.
They're like Colin Cowherd and all them. They'll always be talking bad about Aaron Rodgers. He'll have one bad game, but Mahomes, you don't hear a peep when he has a bad game.
You don't hear a diddly squat. Because when he played against Baltimore, he threw a dumb interception. Clearly, Kelsey was covered by two people, and he threw it anyway. He was about to get sacked, and he just threw it. And they ain't call him out there like, well, it was just a bad pass by Patrick Mahomes. No, they will rip him a new one. It was another different quarterback, but he's been making dumb decisions and trying to force feed Hill downfield. And the team, I don't want to say they figured it out, but they double covering is over the top. And if you play against a team that has some good linebackers, they can cover that. So I don't know if they need receivers, but I think McCole Harmon is a good receiver. So I think Pringle is a good receiver. So I don't even know what the deal is. When I just see, maybe I think I know what it is. The lack of running game too has been very bad. Clyde Edwards-Helaire has been terrible, and he's been injury prone.
Because he was solid last year, and then the year before that, Mahomes had Kareem Hunt. Man, could you imagine if they still had Kareem Hunt there?
They would have won Super Bowls, at least 2 Super Bowls by now.
Yeah. I don't know, man. They need to figure something out. Is their O-line, is it not as good?
It's decent. It's holding up, but they trying to force the ball downfield. They trying to force feed Hill and Kelsey. And if them boys not open, then who he throwing it to? He trying to force it.
Mahomes got to learn sometimes he's got to, he'll run way back. He'll get like a 15-yard sack because he'll run way back. He's got to learn to get rid of the ball.
Yeah, and that's what they're talking about Josh Allen. Josh Allen didn't learn how to get rid of the ball. Cause he does that crap too. It ticks me off. Like, dude, just throw it away. Like, stop trying to make everything don't have to be a 15-yard completion or a 50-yarder. Just get the ball away.
And sometimes you got to just hit your check down.
Yeah, just eat it, man. Just give it away. But the Chiefs gonna have to get a running game going. They not winning the Super Bowl this year. They making the playoffs, but they not. I don't know, cause we have that's the Chargers and
the Raiders and Broncos.
Okay, they might get wild card. If the Chargers keep winning like they win, they might get wild card.
Because they got Chargers, Raiders, Broncos in that division.
God, the Raiders are done.
Yeah, I don't see them going anywhere.
Yeah, so the Chiefs have a good chance to finish. I don't know. I had to look at their schedule. I had to look at the Chargers schedule.
Man, we'll see who else in there. All right, if the Chiefs are getting the wild card in the NFL, what they just do one wild card, right? Or they do 2?
Why you say they don't have to do 2 wild cards?
No, I'm saying, do they? Do they do 1 or 2 wild card teams in the NFL?
They do 2, maybe 3 now. Cause I remember they added a 7th seed. Cause I know 2 teams get wild card. Cause we was 6 teams. 2 teams will be off. Then 2 teams enter the wild card. So 2 games.
So think about it, man. There's a lot of teams that are going to be battling for a wild card spot. I mean, you go to the AFC North, you got the Browns, Ravens, Bengals, and then Steelers. I mean, I feel like...
I don't think Steelers or Ravens going to make it.
You don't think the Ravens are?
Mm-mm.
The Ravens are 4-1.
In my opinion, they're not that good.
I don't think they're anything crazy, but I think they're going to win enough games to win a wild card there.
I had to look at their schedule too. I haven't looked down the line. I need to look and see who the Ravens. Cause the Ravens really should have lost. They should have lost to Detroit and the Colts. That was just luck.
They should have lost that game to the Chiefs too, probably.
That's what I'm saying. Like they almost lost to 2 sorry teams. Well, the Colts are in the middle of the pack. But they only lost to Detroit and the Colts. It took overtime to beat the Colts, and it took a 66-yarder, I believe, to beat the Lions. That's why I don't think they're that good.
Yeah, I still think they're going to make the playoffs, but I think they'll get bounced in the first round.
Especially if they play against the Chargers or somebody like that.
The Chargers are tough.
All right, so everybody taking the Chiefs over Washington. I almost said Redskins.
So you,
well, I just see the logo. Maybe they didn't hurry on to change the name. So when I say Washington football team, it made me want to say the Redskins.
yeah.
All right, another sorry freaking game: Vikings versus Panthers. Is Davin Cook back?
Yeah, he's back.
Okay. I don't know how the Vikings. Cause Thielen's injured, and they was talking about Thielen might miss this week. I think it's a game time decision. With that being said, I think the Vikings just don't have enough right now. So they injured. They have a lot of injuries right now, especially with Davin Cook coming back. I don't know how many times they're gonna give him football or they're gonna have him on a snap count. And you know how the Panthers defense is. They pretty dang on good. They just need. Don't let Sam Darnold make mistakes. He's throwing dumb passes.
I looked it up. They Dalvin, Justin Jefferson, and Thielen are all playing.
Okay. Thielen, he playing with a ankle injury, I believe.
Foot.
Yeah. I just thought I don't like this matchup for the Vikings, especially with the injuries to their best players. Like I said, the Panthers defense is pretty stout. They're gonna have to rely on Kirk Cousins. If you tell me to pick a game where the Vikings gotta rely on Kirk Cousins, I'm not choosing that game. I'm not picking the Vikings. I don't believe in Kirk Cousins.
I'm picking the Vikings this time.
All right, tell me why you picking the Vikings.
Panthers, all right, McCaffrey's going to be out again, so that's a big deal. The Panthers are missing J.C. Horn, a corner. They don't got Gilmore yet, and I don't know if their corners are going to be able to guard Thielen and Justin Jefferson the whole game, and Dalvin Cook's coming back. And I just don't. I don't really believe in the Panthers, man. I think they're frauds. I think that's what I think. I think the Vikings are going to win this game because like they kind of had a good win last week. You saw at the end of the game when Kirk Cousins and Mike Zimmer, they were real fired up. I think that might carry over to this week. I could see the Vikings winning this game.
All right, I will tell you why I think the Panthers are going to win this game. I believe the front four of Carolina can actually get pressure on that O-line of Washington. They got to rely on Kirk Cousins to draw back. Then they're going to be in for a long day because that front four can generate enough pressure for the corners to make up if there is a blown coverage or they getting beat because Kirk Cousins is going to have to get rid of the ball pretty fast. And I believe the Panthers do a good job of keeping everything in front of them. And with that linebacker core, it's going to be hard for Dalvin Cook to get going. And that's why I feel like they can game plan versus Jefferson since Thielen, like I said, he's dealing with a foot. When you're dealing with a foot, you don't come out your braces fast. And Hubbard, he actually have been doing a good job of picking up slack for McCaffrey. Like I said, the Panthers can eliminate Sam Darnold throwing dumb passes, throwing interceptions, then they should be A-okay. But if the Panthers turn the ball over, I don't believe they're going to win. So they just need to keep feeding Hubbard and just play it smart.
I just had a good feeling about the Vikings this week, but I honestly wouldn't be surprised either way.
Yeah, I feel like this type of game, they can go either way. Like, if I just saw on the scoreboard that the Panthers lost, I'm like, okay, yeah. It's just not like a sure thing, but yeah. I'm just picking the Panthers guys. I'm just going with them because they deal with less injuries than the Minnesota Vikings. And like I said, I just don't trust Kirk Cousins. Tyler's taking the Panthers.
Yeah, I don't really trust either of these quarterbacks, to be honest.
I know it sounds dog. Like, that dude came out throwing 2 interceptions like that. Who was it? What team was that?
What, last week?
Yeah, it wasn't the Cowboys. No, Cowboys play against the Giants. Um,
Eagles.
the
It was against
Eagles.
the Eagles.
Yes, that's right. The Eagles. He threw them 2 picks.
See, they just got to be by the Eagles, who do not look good. So like, I don't know, man. They could go off this week though. You never know. They're just both these teams are two inconsistent teams to me. It's hard to pick, but I don't know. I had a gut about the Vikings.
Darnold threw 3 interceptions. I was loving it. I'm a Saints fan. I was loving it. I was like, yes. They just can't let him turn the ball over, man. And that'd be good. Herbert ran for 101 yards. Just keep him Herbert.
Yep.
Oh, speaking of the Ravens and Chargers being in the playoffs, that's who playing this week. Chargers versus the Ravens. Like I said, I don't believe in the Ravens. Everybody was going crazy because Lamar threw for 400 yards. Like, you Lamar, who say he ain't, all the people that say he's not a passing quarterback, where he at now? He's still not a freaking passing quarterback. He played against the bang-up secondary versus Colts. And one of the main reasons I traded Lamar because he couldn't get enough passing touchdowns and passing yards. Like, the passing touchdowns he get are, like, red zone, like, when they get close to it. Like, he hardly ever just...
I bet you wish you could have kept him for one more week, though.
I mean, I lost because Joel decided to... Yes, like, his team decided to just go off, and his team hadn't went off the whole season. So that's why I talk about that. I say that because, that's a fluke.
That was bad luck for you because his team is garbage.
Yeah, his team is pure garbage. But I was looking at Lamar's stats. He threw for first week 1. He threw for 200 some yards. Week 2 he threw for like 246. Week 3 he threw for 3? I think it was like 311, somewhere around there. So his passing yards haven't just been like outstanding. It's been average. And I know because I had him on fantasy. And I traded this to because I was like, bro, I'm not doing this. Like, the only time I get a touchdown if you run it in. So,
too much.
I feel like he haven't progressed. And
no, they played against some crappy teams. They played against some crappy teams start the year, and people are like, oh, they're kind of good. No, they just played the teams that were combined 0-9 for the first 3 weeks.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like he haven't gotten better. You know how you see some guys, they just get better and better each year. Like, dang, you thought that was a ceiling, and they break through that ceiling. I don't think Lamar broke through that ceiling from last year.
No.
So that's telling me something. And just like when you said, is Herbert, who you rather have, Herbert or Lamar? I feel like Herbert having broken a drop of potential yet. He's still there. He's still growing. He's still learning. I feel like he having his ceiling for his potential is super high. And I'm not saying that he's on the level of Lamar, but if I'm picking a quarterback, I'm picking Herbert because I see his potential is succeeding Lamar's potential, Lamar's ceiling.
Yeah, for sure. I'd take Herbert over Lamar any day.
Yeah, I just don't get it. That I can put that poll up tonight. Who you rather have, Herbert or Lamar? The Ravens' defense is bad, straight garbage. If Wentz threw for 402, I can't imagine how many yards Herbert gonna throw for. My goodness. Who gonna guard Mark Williams or Keenan Allen or I forgot the other receiver name. But who gonna guard them boys if they can guard Michael Pittman?
Bro, Michael Pittman ain't that bad, bro.
I'm just saying, they can't guard Michael Pittman, and Michael Pittman had a pretty decent game. So I don't can assure that Keenan Allen gonna rip off a huge gain or Mike Williams. The Ravens is not a good team, and if they somehow beat the Chargers, then I might have to reconsider. But I'm not seeing them beating the Chargers.
I don't either. I think I think the Keenan and Mike Williams both have a big game.
And Eckler, we even bring up Eckler and what he been doing. So if Jonathan Taylor rip off 100-something yards in the passing game, Gatwood, Taylor has.
You know how the Chargers use Eckler? That's how the Eagles needed to use Sanders.
Exactly. But I don't know how some of the NFL coaches became coaches because it's pretty simple how you should use certain players, but they can't figure out how to use Miles Sanders.
Yeah, he's not the running back that you're just gonna run it up the middle the whole game with. He's the guy. He's like Eckler. Eckler's not a running back you run it up the middle with the whole game. You got to get him touches other ways. You got to get it to him out of the backfield. Like you got to throw him some short passes, some screens, stuff like that to get them involved. But the Eagles can't do that. But that's why I love the Chargers offense. They got two good receivers, real good receivers, and then they know how to get the ball to Eckler too. They know how to feed everybody.
And like I said, the Chargers are running the Saints offense. So I would take the Charger offense over the Ravens offense any day. I mean, they putting up great numbers. And if the Ravens gonna give up 3 catches for 116 yards to Taylor, I can't imagine how many yards and catches Eckler gonna have. So that's just crazy. That's why I'm taking the Chargers. Tyler taking the Chargers too.
Yeah, I definitely go the Chargers.
Yeah, like it's a no-brainer choice to me, in my opinion. I'm pretty sure a lot of analysts probably living off that high of 400-some yards for Lamar, but
I think the Chargers are going to get exposed this week.
All right, so we get into some good games now. The Cards versus the Browns. Cards, they just trade for Hurts. I don't even know if Hurts is gonna play this week. They probably gonna sprinkle him in a little bit, but they don't even need to. I don't even know why they trade for Hurts. They don't need him. They Christian Kirk. They play him all over the place and run no more. So the rich just get richer. Rich.
There's no way
to get enough of stuff.
You think Hurts will play this week? He just played last night. He gonna...
Oh snap! He did play last night, didn't
he? Yeah.
I forgot about the Eagles and Tampa played.
You think they do that?
Nah, I don't think you can do that.
Yeah, I don't think you can play for two teams in the same week.
That'd be pretty crazy. Good. You talking about stat padding?
Yeah, for real. You'll be playing 18 games this year.
Hey, imagine that on fantasy. Like if Hurts went off for the Eagles, then he got traded to the Cardinals, then you can put him back in your lineup.
So yeah, you have him in the lineup. You get to double the points.
You double your point.
That'd be kind of cool, though.
I'll be hot. Hey, if I play against somebody like that, I'm definitely writing the Yahoo or whoever running the fantasy application. I'm definitely sending them a letter. Like, this is not right. So the Cards versus the Browns. Browns without Nick Chubb. That's huge. Cause we know how much the Browns use the running game. I know Kareem Hunt can pick up slack, but that's a huge piece you losing.
Yeah, especially against the Cardinals.
You're gonna need every firepower you have, every piece, every man you can get to play against the Cardinals and try to keep up with that high scoring team. And I think the Browns would be a perfect team to beat the Cards. Because they had Nick Chubb, man, they keep that offense off the field and just run the ball all day. It's not like the Cards are just having like a superpower defense. No, the defense is average. I mean, that first week, they were just on sack craze. And up to now, Chandler Jones still have freaking 5 sacks. So that says a lot about, that the defense is just not like tearing it up, man.
I hate to say this, but my boy JJ doesn't have a single sack yet.
I said 12 sack season, or where you say?
Hey, it's coming.
Let's go.
Give it some
Oh,
time.
he gonna make up for him. He gonna get 2 a game, huh?
Yep.
I try to tell you, man. Try to tell you. He's not the same. He's
Is my
good
boy
at run
washed?
defense.
Is my boy washed?
He's a good run defender now. More than a
Yeah,
pass
he is.
rusher. Like, he's out versus run.
Mm-hmm.
Now, maybe you need to put on a little bit extra weight and move to the middle. So he can play a little bit inside.
He would be really good in the inside. He does. They actually do put him on the inside sometimes.
Oh, well, there we go. They're talking about Cameron Jordan, because Cameron Jordan having, I don't know how many sacks but he had this year, but it's not a lot. And they're talking about Cameron Jordan really good against the run. And they're talking about how that he need to put away and move to the inside. But the Cardinals, they got too much firepower, and since Nick Chubb gonna be out for the Browns, I feel like the Cards can just take advantage of that. So I'm taking the Cards.
Yeah, I'm taking the Cards.
You think the Cards are the best team in the NFL or NFC?
Right now, yeah. They probably are right now.
Yeah,
I mean, they beat the Rams like that. Since they beat the Rams like that, like, that was kind of an eye-opener. Like, yeah, they're legit if you can beat the Rams like that.
So you have them as the best team in the NFL?
I mean, right now I do. I mean, I think it's between them and the Bills.
Yeah, the Bills. I think I have the Bills as number 1. Got the Bills.
AFC Bills. I think NFC is the Cardinals right now, and the AFC is the Bills.
Most definitely. That's how I'm seeing the Cards number 1 in the NFC, and the Bills are number 1 in the AFC. Raiders versus Broncos. I don't know which Raiders team showing up. I don't know. They still mulling over John Gruden comments. Carl Nassib. What's his Nassib? What's his name?
Carl Nassib.
Yeah, he had a not a mental health day, but I don't know what they call these days, man. But he had a day to himself, so I don't know. The team's in shambles, man. The Broncos should win this. I don't know. I feel one or two things can happen. They get blown out, or they're gonna say, well, "Let's rally around our coach," or "Let's rally around what just happened."
I think they're gonna win this week.
You think?
Because I bet they were pissed off all week in practice this week, and they heard a lot of noise in the outside. I bet they focus in this week. I bet they win this week. Also, I don't trust the Broncos.
All right, so I'm gonna do a little something different. You and Tyler took taking the Raiders. I'm taking the Broncos, guys. I don't play the narrative is they all sad and moping around and angry and just not concentrating on what's going on in practice. And I don't know nothing about the offensive coordinator, so there's that too.
Yeah, it could be. It could honestly go either way, though. They could completely go. Yeah.
That's why I'm going with that narrative that they lackadaisical. They don't know what's going on. They angry and confused and upset, and the offense coordinator taking over, and we don't know what kind of coach he is. So I'm taking the Broncos.
Yeah, I think it can go either way.
All right, Cowboys versus the Patriots. Cowboys are looking dominant. The offense is rolling. Zeke is looking like Zeke. He's eating. So the pass got a lot in the hand. Even though they got Judon, I mean, the Cowboys can beat you on the ground. They can, if you want to play that type of game, the Cowboys can do that now since Zeke is back to what he used to be. And the Patriots still trying to find themselves. I just like what the Cowboys doing. I hate the Cowboys, but I like Dak. And he's looking like he's trying to get in some runs of MVP.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think Cowboys are going to be way too much for the Patriots. Patriots almost lost to the Texans last week, so they got no shot of winning this game.
Your boy Dave Mills threw for 2 touchdowns.
Well, man, we don't even have to talk about him. That dude's trash. he got lucky. But the Cowboys, man, I mean, they're looking good, man. Zeke playing like this is huge for them. The way he's been playing, he looks like the old Zeke again. And that's what they need for that offense to keep flowing like it has been. And their defense is better than last year.
And that's why I was saying, like, the Patriots' number one receiver is Jacoby Myers.
Yeah, that's pretty rough.
So, if, like, I have bids, like, freelancing, just trying to make plays across the field. I wouldn't even have them, like, assigned to a certain receiver. Like,
Yeah,
I was
because
like,
Jacoby Myers is like, on a good team, Jacoby Myers is like a 3 or a 4.
Exactly. So, there's that. Patriots, Harris, the running game's nothing to write home about. Patriots just don't have no offense whatsoever. So I'm taking the Cowboys.
Yep, definitely taking the Cowboys.
Seahawks versus Steelers. Seahawks are going to be without Russell Westbrook for about 6 to 7 weeks.
Russell Westbrook?
Haha, Russell Wilson. Oh, they don't want Russell Westbrook throwing passes.
Oh, no. Could you imagine how many turnovers you have in the NFL?
Hey, he averaged about 5 turnovers a game. He had like 3 fumbles. He can't never hold on to the ball. At least 2 interceptions a game. 3 fumbles and 2 interceptions. Seahawks, they trying to recover. They without Carson. He's day to day with Nick. Who's gonna throw DK the ball? Geno Smith. Yeah. I'm taking old Big Ben on one leg. First is the Seahawks. It's just Seahawks, man. When you lose your general, your leader, I mean, how can you come in and just beat the Steelers in their home?
Yeah, I'm taking Steelers too. And did you see that stat where ever since Russell Wilson's been with the Seahawks, they haven't had a losing season? They haven't had a losing season in a long time, but this might be the first year.
Dang, I have not noticed.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's going to be the first year this year, I think.
That's how you know you're good. When nobody knows you haven't had a losing season.
Yep.
Dang, that's dang good. Tyler going to pick the Seahawks. I'm going to call him after this pod and ask him, did he know that Russell Wilson is injured?
Yeah, there's no way. There's no way they're going to beat the Steelers in Heinz Field without Russell Wilson.
Man, I wish I had my podcast set up where we were live, and I'll call Tyler on air. I call his phone right there, and they're like how Shannon called Julio. I call Tyler, it's like, so you really taking the Seahawks? I don't know. I had to talk to him about this one because I don't know what he's smoking. If he knows anything, because I don't know. He must know something I don't know. He must have something.
He must be a firm believer in Geno Smith, I guess.
Yeah. He said he rocked with Geno Smith. Him and Geno go back all his New York days. Ever since then. So I don't know what Tyler's thinking about. Bills versus Titans, last game. I think this is the Monday night game. Bills going to Tennessee to play against the Titans. How the Bills been rolling? It's hard for me to think that the Titans will come out and just beat the Bills. Unless they can't stop Derrick Henry. But the Bills' run defense has been great. That whole defense in general has been great.
Mm-hmm.
So, and Julio's coming back. But how mad are you if you're Tennessee and you just thought that this passing offense is going to be amazing? Because A.J. Brown's still injured. I know. Is he playing? I don't know if he came back or not.
I think he's playing.
He did play last week. He played last night, but he's still injured.
Yeah.
And now Julio coming back from the injury. And how mad are you if you're a Tennessee fan?
I'm a Tennessee fan. I would say y'all should have kept Corey Davis, and we should have kept building our defense.
Mm-hmm. And not let go of every corner you had on that roster.
Exactly, because they didn't have to switch anything up on offense. Regardless of who you have at receiver, you got to feed Derrick Henry. So you don't have time to feed 2 receivers every game. You know what I mean? Like they're that type of offense where you got to feed Henry. So you got to make sure your defense is good.
And they didn't make sure that was good either, because they
We've been
get
skeptical.
beat badly.
We've been
Everyone
skeptical
lost
about
to
the
the
Titans.
Jets. So they did lose to the Jets.
Yeah, remember me and you, we've been skeptical about the Titans for a while. Because we saw we didn't do nothing to their defense. So we were like, well, they're not going to make a step if you don't fix that defense. Keep some people.
I should have came out and said it when they made the trade for Julio, where everybody went crazy and everybody making the digital content of Julio and AJ Brown uniforms, making all these posters, and I should have came out and said something to him a long time ago, because I knew it was gonna not be something special because he don't throw the ball no.
Exactly.
It's just the identity makeup of the Titans to run the ball. So y'all saying who they gonna cover now? Who imagine you trying to stack the box and you got Julio on one side and AJ Brown on the other side. Okay, other team's like, okay, you gonna run it. It doesn't matter.
Yep.
It don't matter. We put 8 men in the box. Y'all not gonna throw it. Y'all still gonna try to run versus 8 man front. So it's crazy that everybody was going nuts over Julio in Tennessee. I was like, Julio. If I was Julio, I would have declined that trade so fast. Like, no, do not send me there. Send me to a team where they throw the freaking football. Okay?
Yep.
I feel like he wasting even more now playing for Tennessee than Atlanta. At least he saw targets in Atlanta.
Yeah, I mean, Tannehill's not the quarterback for him either.
I feel like he's wasting away in Tennessee.
Yeah. He's wasting the end of his time.
He's just wasting away, man. That's a shame. So me and Tyler taking the Bills, and you're taking the Bills, right?
Yep.
All right, that's all the games and picks. Saints, Falcons. Who is it? Jets on the bye? Yes, I think it's Jets on the bye. That's one more team on the bye week. No, it's Falcons, Jets. Yeah, it's Falcons, Jets, 49ers, and Saints on the bye.
Yep.
So I know a lot of y'all not too worried about those teams being on bye, because it's not like I have a ton of players from that team on y'all fantasy football team anyway. So
some people do. Kamara, Ridley.
Yeah, if you dead last. Yeah, Kamara, that's about it. You got Patterson.
Ridley.
Yeah, we've really been sucking this year, dude. I don't know. It's not like he's a bad receiver. It's just the whole offense bad.
Yeah.
All right, you got anything else you want to input?
That's about it from me.
Yes, sir. All right, we just closed out Week 6 NFL picks. Go like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We have Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. And give us a follow and interact with us. Send us questions, anything y'all want to talk about. We love to interact, and we thank y'all for always supporting us. We out of here.
Are you ready? I said, are you ready? You are listening to Voice of the Fans Sportscast. Brought to you by none other than the voices of the fans. Discussing football, basketball, news, trending topics. The one-stop shop for all things sports. Voice of the Fans Sportscast. Hosted by none other than Ben Swift Reynolds, Taylor Gatwood, and Tyler Wright.